Alright guys, and I think I need an interpreter for today because I can barely move my voice. This is the Skeletal Clown tutorial. It is pretty freaky. I've not even got an issue with clowns, and it's pretty freaky to me. There is a lot of restriction with the movement, as you can tell. Like I say, it's really hard to talk and stuff. Most of it is done in latex, but if you do have an issue with latex and obviously can't use it for your own skin, then feel free to skip the parts with latex, because you can just create these sort of folds and stuff like that with the mouth with just tons of shading and highlighting instead. I just want to say a quick thank you to all the new subscribers. It's been quite nice getting all your comments and stuff. Subscribe today for more videos, as there will be more Halloween tutorials coming really soon. Do like the video if you enjoy it, share it with your friends, give me some love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy! Now, I'm going to be using a mixture of standard cotton pads and liquid latex to build up the prosthetics for the lips and nose. I didn't want to go for the standard round nose, so I'm going for a bigger version of my own nose, and I'm just applying a rough shape and putting latex all around the edges, and then I'm actually just applying more cotton on top of it to get the perfect shape. And I'm also using a Pritt stick just to flatten down my eyebrows and drying it with a hairdryer. And I go ahead just laying down a layer of latex first of all and applying the cotton on top of it, and it's literally just a case of repeating the same method until I get the perfect shape that I'm looking for. These sections are kind of fiddly, but it's just a case of just taking your time doing it layer by layer and just making sure that they dry properly. Now, I'm actually using sort of a highlighter white foundation first of all, just to put down a base. And then I'm going ahead just with some rolled up cotton and latex, marking out the triangle sections above the eyebrows and below the eyes. Now, when applying the triangle areas above the eyes, I'm avoiding my brows as much as possible, mainly because trying to get liquid latex out of hair is an absolute pain, and I'm not really wanting a premature brow wax. Now, I'm going over my shiny white foundation base with a Snazaroo white paint. The reason why I laid down the shiny base first is because it goes through the paint and gives it a really nice sort of glistening skin texture. And just with a red body paint, I'm just applying it around the lips, the nose, and the inner eye area as well. And with a fine detail brush, I'm just going back in with that red paint to make sure that I get into all the edges that I'm needing to get to. I start to chisel out the skull shape with brown eyeshadows. Now, I'm starting with quite a warm and light colour first of all, just to mark out where I need to be, and then I literally just start layering on top of that with darker tones, eventually putting a black on top of it and fading it out as much as possible. Now, with the look, you do need to do a lot of blending, and the reason being is because you want to create shadows and shapes that aren't on your face. You want to try and make it look as sunken as possible. I'm just going through the exact same process with the eye to create muscle and shadows as well. And I'm going in first of all with a warm brown tone, which is quite light, going around all the edges and creating wrinkles that aren't there and some that are. And with the upper triangle section as well, I want to try and darken that out as well, so I'm putting a lot more brown at the top and a little bit more at the base. And with the lips again, just the exact same process as what I did with the eyes. In the centre of the mouth, I'm creating sort of faux shadows, and underneath the lip also. It's just the exact same browns that I'm using. I'm using a warm shade first of all, just to mark out where I want the shadows. I go on top of that with a really dark brown and eventually a little touch of black as well. Now with the shading, I'm just trying to avoid the centre of each lip as much as possible, just to try and make it look as full as possible. And with the same 3 brown eyeshadows, I'm just building up the depth on the nose as well. I'm just trying to concentrate most of the shading underneath the nose and at the folds of the nose as well. Now this section does get a little bit messy, and yes, I did get paint up my nose, but I'm using a black body paint just to enlarge my nostrils just to fit the new nose that I have. And with some black body paint and a slight dry brush, I'm just going into the inner darkest edges of all the shading and detailing that I did. I then went ahead with a light grey metallic eyeshadow, and I'm just outlining the edge of the latex pieces around the eyes just to enhance that there is actually an edge there. And to create the Elizabethan ruff effect, I'm just going ahead and creating figure of eights on my neck with black body paint. Now I'm creating a stripy collar piece with purple and green body paints, and I'm just going ahead with the purple body paint first of all and just creating stripy sections along the neck. Doesn't matter if they're not perfect because I can easily clean that up again when I do the green. And then just going in with the green body paint and just filling in the excess space there. I decided afterwards to bring it down a little bit because the collar didn't feel like it was long enough. Now to continue the illusion of the collar, I'm just taking a black body paint and just going along my jaw area and then bringing that body paint down into the colour. And I went ahead with some white body paint and I'm just going over the rough area. Now I can still see the figure of eights that I put there previously, and I'm just going over them again with black body paint. Now I want to give the collar a little bit more depth, so I'm just adding some more shadows with a black body paint and a dry brush. And to separate the colours on the collar a little bit better, I'm just going up with a detail brush and some black body paint and running a line down them all, and with a different fluffy brush I'm just going in to blend it out so the lines aren't as harsh. With the excess black body paint that I had on the brush, I'm just going ahead and creating some shadows in amongst the ruff, just to give it a little bit of extra depth and dimension. You can add extra props to this look if you want. I ended up finding an old wig which was on its last legs just to add a little bit extra to this character. Now all you have to do is stick in your creepiest lenses and that is our look complete. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Here's a leg. Do I get up? Do I scare you? Do I? He's like, no, I'm not kissing those lips. Get him away. Get him away. I have such tiny lips. I'll just have these back forever now.